Hi, everyone. Welcome back to ANBM podcast, our our second podcast within a month, which is a record. I am Ye East, joined by Forchong, and we will just go down the list of Asians not brainwashed by media Facebook group posts and just comment on them essentially. And then you guys can feel free to comment on our video as well. So let's get started. So the first post is by one of our very frequent posters, Sunster Lee, and it's a photo of an Asian woman with dyed blue hair, radical in the streets, and she has a card saying "Not your Asian fetish," and then under that it's colonized under the sheets. I guess she's proposing to her fiance, and she's dressing up as Psylocke. Um, there's a lot of ha-has and one cry emoji. and one guy says self-hating sellout, and some other, and then our race is weird. It's the self-hating women. Anyway, yeah.
Sorry.
So Chong, what are your thoughts on this?
To be clear, this isn't unique to Asian women. Like I've seen this meme like for other like liberal social activists. They're like,
Right.
and it's usually like these minority women. They're like Black women or like Muslim women, or like for example, like Ilhan Omar, or like what's her name? Uh who's that lady that like annoys Republicans so much from New York?
Oh, how can you not
AOC.
know? We're both in New York.
AOC,
Yes, yes,
Alexandra
AOC, the Ocasio-Cortez. Yes,
Ocasio-Cortez.
yes.
Yeah. It's like how they're like super like progressive, and then they rail against white people, straight white man, but then like they're like a lot of them like have like straight white male partners. Like it's like super no, it's like a I don't know, it's like a common theme, or it's like a common trend apparently, not just Asian women, but
Yeah, no, it's
among
true.
like liberal activist types who
Yeah,
especially like yeah, the more they rail against straight white males, the more likely they are to be with one, or to be sleeping with one. Funny enough, as funny as it seems. So I don't know.
yeah, no, but the thing is,
Mhm.
I think I can't find it, but there was a recent article, I think from Tinder, that shows
Mm.
that, or maybe it was a college interview, regardless, but it basically surveyed a bunch of people, and it showed that Asian women is the only race of ethnic females that like dates more than their male counterparts, or like they have more sexual partners in college. Yeah, it's a college survey
That
than
date
their
out.
male counterparts. Yeah, no, they're
Mm.
the only like female group that like has more sexual partners, I think, than the males. Compare, like for example, a black male would have more sexual partners than a black female in college, and a white male would have more sexual partners than a white female in college. Except that, like, whereas Asians, it's flipped. Like Asian females have more
Oh,
sexual partners. Anyway, so I think it
oh, good
goes
for them.
to where like Asian chicks have more of a selection, which is I think is true for women in general, but especially Asian women because they're so sought after compared to Asian men. So like when they do this and say like not your Asian fetish and some other liberal crap, they it's extremely maddening because they're hypocrites, right? And when Asian guys see this, they're like, dude, like you complain about this, and yeah, you just like you're gonna marry a white guy. Like, how's that make sense, right? So I think that's where the anger comes in, is the hypocrisy of it.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, okay.
Yeah.
Next post. Chinese Lantern Festival in 2023, February 5th, traditions, food, and events. Cool. And then someone says, celebrate it this year before it gets renamed Oriental Lantern Festival because it's more inclusive.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, seems fun.
Oh no, you can't say Oriental. Isn't like
Oh,
Oriental,
Oriental?
like didn't they ban that from like
Yeah,
yeah?
honestly, I
We can't say
don't
Oriental
really care.
anymore.
Yeah, you can't, but honestly, that's like a fight that I don't really care. It doesn't really matter to me. Like,
Uh,
what do you think? So I actually
It
think
has to be
calling
lunar now.
Asians
Lunar Lantern
lunar,
Festival. That's the
you know, what are your thoughts on the term yellow, like calling Asians yellow? Do you think that's racist, or do you think that's okay? Because like blacks have
Mm,
like the black term uniting them, whites have the white term, like Asians don't have that. I think that's probably why we're not as united, right? And Asians think it's like racist to call themselves yellow. I think it's fine, honestly.
well, I mean, I don't know, because like Native Americans have red, right? They're called Redskins, but they never refer to
Right,
themselves as like Redskins. Like Redskin is pretty derogatory, or it's pretty like offensive, like to Native Americans. So like Yellowskins,
right,
like I don't know. I wouldn't, I don't, I feel I would not. I don't know. I don't. I feel like that's not exactly because we're certainly not. I mean, I can understand like brown or pale or like it's not accurate.
right.
Like we're, I feel like it's a
I
little
mean, whites aren't
inaccurate
really
to.
white. Whites are like kind of pinkish. Like blacks are kind of more brown, you know. Although
Yeah,
Africans are
yeah,
totally
yeah,
black.
yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's fine. So
Different
yeah,
shades of brown.
yeah. I think Oriental, honestly, I think it's probably fine to be honest, but I don't know. I can see why people will get annoyed by it, but it's kind of a fight that's not super important to me.
Mm, yeah,
Um,
like reducing our
okay,
race to a color.
yeah. Okay, this is pretty funny. So this happened pretty recently,
Mm,
and this post is from Asian Dawn, which is a great website. I encourage you guys to check
mhm.
it out if you haven't. I'm sure you have. For watching this podcast. But essentially, Google executive fired after rejecting female boss advances. Oftentimes, it's like the male in charge kind of taking advantage of his subordinates who are females, and this is the opposite, right? Um,
Yeah.
so apparently, this guy who's like 48, this white guy, says that this Asian chick, Tiffany Miller, she's either adopted or married to a white guy herself, groped him and said that he liked Asian women, and apparently she was drunk at the time. Happened in New York, I think, and apparently she does this all the time. It's Tiffany being Tiffany. Um, and the guy is actually a father of seven, and
Married
he
father.
basically was saying that if the situation had happened in reverse, like a complaint would definitely have occurred and been escalated.
Mm.
And then in retaliation, the Asian chick says that he's been, going forth with microaggressions and kind of um, using that to get back at him. It's pretty funny.
Hashtag me
What?
too.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this, man?
Yeah, hashtag me too, Gary. Hashtag me too.
Oh my gosh.
That's
I mean,
hilarious.
if the situation were reversed, what do you think would happen? If like it's a guy, it doesn't matter
Oh, he
his
would totally
race.
lose his job. He would be like so fired and like yeah, no, he'd be done. He'd be so done if he was the one trying to sex her up. Ooh.
No, like he was drunk. Imagine him being drunk at a restaurant and
No, that's what
groped
I'm
her, like
saying. Like if
like in
he,
public. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if he was like, trying to do that to her, like yeah, his career is over. Like he'd be the one like getting, effed up. But
Apparently, the drunken outburst got so bad, she was encouraged by her colleagues to move to the other end of the table. Um, and then she apparently got drunk again and berated him at another get together, like in like the following year.
karaoke, karaoke.
Oh my
Where
gosh! I
was
guess
this? Was this in New York or San
it was in New
Francisco?
York,
Or
our home state. Yeah.
I
Well, no,
think
no,
she
actually,
is
yeah, New York, yeah.
Gary. You have to realize that she is a an empowered, independent woman that don't need no man, and that
Right.
all women are queens.
Oh
She
my
can do no
gosh.
wrong. Yeah, she didn't do anything. All right, she was in the right. In fact, by refusing her advances, he was harassing her. Okay,
That's a hardcore microaggression. That's actually a
yeah,
macroaggression.
that's
Yeah.
like reporting her to HR for that. That's misogynistic. Yeah,
Oh
he needs
man.
to like yeah she should be like hashtag she should be the one hashtagging me too
So he
because like
actually is racist for not liking her,
yeah
and
exactly
allowing him to be
exactly
groped, himself to be groped.
like
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like what does he have something against Asian women? That's what kind of racist, bro. Like,
Oh
like
man.
yeah. So
Uh,
I think he needs to be reported to I don't know, HR. Just
right,
kidding.
right, right, right,
I'm
right.
joking
Should
around.
definitely be reported and probably fired, to be honest, for refusing her advances. I mean, he
Yeah.
is part of
Yeah.
the white
She's
patriarchy, and she's just fighting
yeah,
for power. You know?
exactly. She's the one like giving him like opportunities, for advancement. And what's that saying? Like racism is power at times privilege or whatever.
Right,
So
right,
like
right, right.
yeah,
He doesn't have.
yeah,
Oh, no, she doesn't have any power, so she can't be racist.
yeah. It's yeah, exactly. Straight white males. Oh,
So, straight, yeah,
I
cisgender white males, especially a father. It's the
oh
worst.
yeah. Oh man, of seven like white supremacists. Oh my
Right.
goodness. Oh no. Like this guy is like literally
All
Hitler.
right.
He's literally
All
Hitler,
right.
Gary.
Little Hitler, yeah. So, okay,
Yeah.
this actually brings me to a point, right? So, we're trying to like talk about finding allies, and blacks are always
Uh-huh.
saying that Asians need to be allies of blacks. Like,
Oh yeah, I've
who
heard
do
of
we
that.
actually ally with? You know what I mean? Like, which group? We kind of touched on this last time. Like, we've got the Jews versus like
Personally,
the people against Jews. Like, should we ally with white males? Like,
no, we
blacks,
shouldn't.
Jews?
No, 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 no. I think, personally, Gary, I think we need to ally with Jews. Okay. I think that we need to be like friends with Israel and yeah, and like definitely ally with the Jews to
Yeah,
take down the
Goyim.
racist yeah, power structure uh and yeah, yeah, because like racism and stuff.
I see. I see. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what Asians have been doing for a long time, right? We've been kind of riding the coattails and kind of on our knees begging for blacks favor and Jews favor, and like that's not been going well at all for us. We've been here for hundreds of years and we've been screwed this whole time, and so it's time to make a change. Maybe I don't know. Like, I mean, whites and Asians are kind of allies against affirmative action, which hurts us for sure. You know, um,
What
and
do you think of my hat though?
I think it's really interesting. It's a very interesting concept
Have you
that
noticed? Have you
you put
noticed my
forth.
hat? Noticing.
There's been a lot of noticing recently of
Mm,
what's been going
certainly.
on. Um,
Just notice things, just kind of notice
yeah,
things. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
yeah.
But yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Should the chosen people be like our allies? Is that
I mean, we've been trying to do that for a long time. It's not been working out for us. So I
really?
think we should just
Really?
ally with whichever groups like help us. I think allying with Jews has helped us to some extent, but we should ally with whites on
Like
the affirmative action
whites.
front for sure. Um, yeah, let's switch back to that hat so we don't get kicked off of YouTube. Anyways, um,
My grandma's Jewish,
anyways,
by the way. Just FYI. Yeah. I have Jewish blood running through my veins.
yeah, it doesn't. It's
Cholesterol.
fine. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Um. So, anyways, this guy says, "I'm just glad her last name is no longer Long. Lee, Kim, Park, Tran, or Leo. We're the Millers.
All right, all
WMAF
right.
going from okay. Can we sanction Google? All right.
Okay. One child policy, blah 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 blah.
Okay. Next.
Women on six
All right.
dates.
Women went on six
Okay.
dates a week to save on food. I didn't buy groceries for 2 years. When women may just have come up with the ultimate budgeting
I
hack,
mean,
or is it?
you know what? Go for it. You go, girl. You go, girl. That's how
Yeah.
you. Yeah, stick it to the patriarchy. Because those straight white males and male privilege and whatever. That's why
Yeah.
you gotta. Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
What is basically
Is like,
screw people over. Screw. I mean, this is not only true for men, for white men though. Like she does this, I'm sure, for like Asian guys too.
oh no, yeah, the oppressive Asian patriarchy. Like, you know, they
Toxic Asian masculinity,
yeah,
right?
the toxic Asian masculinity. That's yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So you go, girl. More power to you. That's like
Yeah,
women's empowerment, Gary.
yeah. Oh
Don't
my
you forget
gosh.
it.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see this.
All right. Anyways, next, Republicans are getting crazier and crazier in their anti-Asian hate. Virginia governor calls Ford CATL battery plant, calling it a front for the Chinese Communist Party. I don't get it.
Well, click it and let's read. Okay,
Um,
let's just read the what was the top there? What was that? The summary?
in recent weeks, Glenn Youngkin nixed a Virginia Ford facility after he was informed that the companies had decided to invest. Glenn
See.
Youngkin said to remove the state from running to host a $3.5 billion battery factory that Ford Motor was considering in a partnership with China's like group,
Mm.
the largest not lithium ion battery
Oh,
manufacturer.
that's fantastic. That's fantastic because I'm sure that that factory was going to bring in a ton of jobs in his district.
Right.
And since he shut that down, now those people will be unemployed and they won't have
Right.
any jobs and any money. So I mean, good for him. You know, hopefully, like he doesn't lose his seat over that.
Oh,
And
geez.
yeah, hopefully he doesn't get voted out for scuttling for yeah for something that was going to create like jobs and employ like many Americans and have good jobs like in his for his constituents. So
Yeah,
yeah, a
I'm really
genius
not a
idea, a
fan.
genius plan. Great way to f you to China. We don't want your
Yeah, I'm really
Chinese money. We don't need your Chinese jobs.
yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
sick of this anti-Chinese crap. It's just super annoying. I mean, I don't know. China doesn't really do anything. I mean, I guess here and there they kind of take American tech, but like I mean, China doesn't really do that much, in my opinion, to harm the US. In fact, most Chinese people have a very favorable view of America. And you have all these neocons just like saying that China's like hurting us and we're stealing jobs, and then Chinese are stealing jobs when like that's really not the case, right?
Yeah, I mean,
And,
yeah,
and like
that's
you
what
said,
they're.
like this actually
uh
provides jobs. It's actually the opposite. Like having
Yeah,
this
no,
plant,
no, Gary, but this is we got to think about this yeah, they're stealing jobs by providing jobs.
right?
Do the math, you know.
Yeah,
It's a CCP front to steal American jobs and then and to steal jobs from good hardworking Americans and then like create jobs for like Americans, but we don't want that because see here, we felt it was the right. Yeah, yeah,
right.
that's that. Yeah, I mean, just think about it. Use your like brain power. Like
My high IQ Asian brain.
just
Think
use
of
your
this.
like your brain cells and you'll see that this is creating American jobs is actually a Chinese communist plot to destroy hardworking Americans, to destroy America. Duh.
Right. Like what's
Yeah.
frustrating is that, I don't want to talk about this too much, but like in for Israel, like we give
Mhm.
billions upon billions of dollars of quote unquote foreign aid to Israel and
Gary, that's because Israel is like America's greatest ally.
greatest ally. But explain why that is.
Uh,
I think you have to
because
put your other hat back on to
well, obviously,
come
okay,
to a
okay, fine,
conclusion.
fine. Let me tell you, okay, because I know why. Okay, because if you don't, you're like literally Hitler. Gary, don't you believe in the Holocaust?
Okay. The Holocaust type. I'm saying how does okay, so why is China demonized for this when you have again Israel, a country who's committing genocide to some degree of Palestinians and also taking billions upon billions of US like our tax dollars to fund their programs and to fund their people essentially. Like why is China getting the shit end of the stick when China has actually helped the US a lot?
Now that's BS, Gary. You know what? Because uh, Israel has a right to exist and China doesn't.
Why?
Because, um, because China doesn't believe in the baby Jesus. Okay.
Wait, so China is not Christian, therefore it doesn't deserve to exist?
I mean, like,
Neither does Israel, though. Like Jews don't believe in
No,
Jesus.
no, they're no, Israel is like they're good Christian people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, aren't they? Yeah,
All
don't
right.
they like worship the Bible and pray and stuff too?
All right. I think we're going on a tangent here, but
Okay, I don't know. Whatever. I think
yeah,
this
yeah,
hat
yeah.
is making me dumb.
Anyway, Paul, that hat should actually increase your IQ. Remember?
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Anyways,
My
okay.
IQ
So
just went
that's
down a couple of points now.
okay.
Okay,
Next post.
nice. Goes to
Goes to
Thailand to train
Thailand to
Muay Thai.
train Muay Thai. Falls in love with bar girl.
Oh, story of my life. Okay,
Classic tourist trap in action. So
that's
that's
so funny.
ladyboy girl.
Hashtag quote unquote girl, air quotes girl.
It's easy to get hitched if you've ever been there. Okay, that's probably true. More than likely she's a dude. That's like most white dudes would train there.
That's,
What are your
mm,
thoughts on that? Like, what are your thoughts on white expats who go to Asian countries to get with chicks?
um, I mean, I don't really care.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I've been there and I see it and I know what you're talking about, but I mean, to be honest, it's a drop in the bucket, man. There's like um it's I don't think it's just white expats too. Like there's also like a lot of Singaporeans. A lot of Singaporean dudes are like finding wives from Thailand and from Southeast Asia. So
yeah,
it's not like um it's not just like white guys, although like of course because they're white they stick out, they stand out, they're like because they look different from Asians, like
right,
they tend to stick out and they tend to be more visible, so you
yeah,
can really tell. But I mean, um nah, to be honest, I'm not even mad. Not a
yeah.
big
I
deal
mean, I think this used to
unless
piss me off. Yeah,
I
that's what.
guess, okay, the only time it gets me mad is like is when they take one of the good ones or when they take the one that you're in, you know what I mean? like if you like a girl and you think she's like super hot, but then like some white guy steals her from you, then of course, like, or any guy steals her from you, of course you're going to feel a little bit like, a little bit miffed or a little bit slighted by that, or that's not definitely not a good feeling. But otherwise, like, yeah, I mean, uh I, I feel like this insecurity for me is more common, I would say, like in the States, like in America. But
Well,
like in
that's
Asia,
because yeah.
like
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know. Maybe we can explore this a little bit, but I feel like this, like I would feel more insecure about this as an Asian American than I would like as someone who's like actually from Asia, if you will.
yeah. Well, we just had a recent chat with one of our friends. Actually, he says that
Mhm,
in China, the
mhm,
people like Chinese people there are normal, and they might think of whites as like demigods, but there's not many of them there, so
mhm,
it's not a huge deal. Whereas in the States, like everyone, like we're only 5% of the country, whereas on the sexual hierarchy, like basically every other race is above us, especially white men, right?
mhm.
So, and we see a ton of Asian chicks date out. I think Asian chicks date white men more than Asian men, percentage wise. I think we're the only group that occurs with, and it's just like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
annoying. And I actually brought up this person, Maggie Chang. You probably don't know of her,
Maggie
but
Chung.
Chung, yeah, she starred with Tony Leung, who's like the greatest actor of all time,
Okay, yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
some films. Anyway, she's like one of the greatest actresses in Chinese history. She's
Mhm.
from Hong Kong, and she married a white guy, and like she is, amazing. She's like attractive, like
Oh, you,
everything, and yeah, it's really
yeah,
it
you go,
pisses me off,
girl.
honestly. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
seeing stuff like
that.
this, like one of the top chicks like date out, it's pretty annoying,
I
right?
mean, that's because like, Asian men, it's like the oppressive Asian patriarchy, and
Jeez, dude.
like when you date out, that's like, you know, that's how you show them, you know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, she's divorced now
anyway.
and doesn't have a kid, so she's probably anyways. But yeah, um, Agreed. No, I completely agree.
Okay.
It used to matter a lot to me, but a little less so now. Just don't
Okay, so
care as
like maybe
much.
not now because she's like 53, but maybe what if she was like 23 and she was like
Right.
super hot? Like if she's like one of the good ones that you had like a crush on, or like
Right.
she was your childhood, like your high school crush or your childhood, like, you know, queen, you know,
No, for sure. No, definitely. That
then
is,
you'd be a
yeah.
little bit more pissed about it. Yeah.
I mean,
But
no, she married this guy when she was I think 30 something. But
I
yeah,
mean, yeah.
it's annoying. I mean, if you're watching this podcast, if you're in our group, I'm sure you agree with us that it's super
Yeah.
annoying, and we see it all the time. It's just kind of it's just yeah. I'm not sure what else there is to say about it. It's bad, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways,
Anyway, moving on.
and like people talk about white girl, sorry, Asian girls with white guys being the same as Asian guys and with white girl, like why are they not condemned or whatever. And it's just completely different. Like, do you know how hard it is for an Asian guy to get a girl of any race? Like, Asian chicks have no idea what it's like to be an Asian guy in the States. And they just was like, oh, we hate to be fetishized. I'm like, dude, these guys like want to get with you. Like, it's not a good thing, but like, it's definitely better than not being noticed at all, by any female. So I think it's completely different. In order for a white female also to be with an Asian guy, she has to like contradict the powers that be, and kind of has to really love him to be with him because Asian guys are not seen as attractive. I think it's changing now, but yeah, that's just my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of, I get you, but I mean, this is kind of turning into like an Asian insults podcast or an Asian
All
insults
right, my bad.
rant.
Okay, next. All right. All right. Next, next, next,
It's
next, next. Okay.
great, but okay.
All right.
Let's,
Let's see. Tell these actors who claimed extortion. All right. No one cares, really.
yeah. Blah blah blah.
Okay. That time I
This one's
literally
pretty
made
funny.
this cute dress for a date, and after we ate, he told me that my dress made him uncomfortable and he didn't want to see me again. That's kind of based, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't know if you would.
I mean, someone says he's gay, but like, I don't think so. I think the guy's kind of based. Like, he doesn't like a thought, you know?
No, for sure. I mean, I feel like it depends on the context, you know, like if this was like for some kind of, I mean, I don't know, that kind of shows a little bit um, too much butt there in any context, mm, whether
Yeah, like
formal or
if you went on a
informal.
date, like if you went on a date, like a regular date with a chick, and she dressed like this, like, would you
And
like
she
it
dressed
or would you?
like a prostitute.
Yeah.
Like, like yeah, like if yeah, I mean, I'm sure as a guy, right, you'd love it if like your girl, if you go with your girl to a restaurant and like everyone thinks you're like with a prostitute, like she dresses like a woman of the night or a woman from the off the that you found off the street.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm that's fantastic, you know.
Why can't we have
Yeah.
traditionalism? Like why like what happened to the trad boy thing and trad girl like meme? That went away, Why? We should bring it
I don't
back.
know. I don't know. Who knows? Memes come and go.
Yeah.
The psyop, I swear. All right,
Yeah. Next.
go next post. Next post.
Let's see. Okay, this one, no one
Oh
really cares about
yeah,
this
all
one.
righty.
He's a
Who's
beast.
this?
Oh,
I don't know
some
who he is.
Asian basketball player. I don't know. It's cool. Pretty cool.
Right.
Okay, someone burned the
And there,
Quran.
wait,
Has
wait,
nothing
what
to
was
do
that?
with
What
our
was that post
group.
about? What was that post about? Any
Someone
other
burned
Swedish politician?
during the Quran. Has nothing to do with
Oh, the
Asians.
Quran burnings.
Yeah, no one really cares because it doesn't
Okay,
have to do
okay.
with our group. And he said
He's she
buy
just bought. Oh,
photocopy and return the same day. What is
this
it?
is dumb. Whatever, I get it.
Okay,
Yeah.
don't do these things in Japan. Another post
Mm,
with the same thing. What the heck is this?
she
20
was
plus
not
posts in Japan
prepared.
because doubt this country is in the same planet. My mom is visiting Japan. She was not prepared. Oh my gosh.
No,
Sometimes we do
well,
it to ourselves.
hold on, hold up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I heard like I was talking to I think like Ed Kim or somebody, and he was saying like Koreans basically see Japanese as like island weirdos, right? Which I can kind of see that. I can kind of see like that whole. like they're like short island weirdos. It's basically like their stereotypes of Japanese people.
Right.
But I mean, what do Chinese think? Like I know Chinese just think they're like murderous, like World War II war criminals. That's what they think of like Japs. But
Oh my gosh.
like I don't know. Like I
Actually,
feel like
yeah.
they're is it like yeah, like what do you think? What do you
Uh,
think of like
yeah, I don't live in China, but from my impression, because I've been back a few times and I have
yeah,
family and friends there. Like whoever, like Chinese people actually have a very favorable view on Japan and Japanese. They think they're very polite and overall good people. But as a country, like there's definitely an animus towards like the history of Japan. Like Japan tried to take over more than once. Like during World War II, before that, like even during the Ming Dynasty, like Japan tried to take over China. So
many
like there's
times.
definitely yeah, so there's definitely like an ethnic slash like country like reservation, if not like dislike for Japan. But from an individual standpoint, like Chinese people are super cool with Japanese people. And I think it's the same way maybe with Korea too. Like I think a lot of Koreans in a way kind of secretly worship Japan because Japan is ahead in terms of like GDP and they're more advanced kind
I don't
of
know if they worship.
technologically. But
Uh,
not worship, but like I think Koreans still look up to Japan in a way, right? Um, whereas China,
Um,
yeah, no,
I, I guess like in kind of like they I feel like they use Japan as a benchmark.
right, exactly,
Like
yeah,
they're
exactly. So
always
yeah,
constantly comparing themselves to Japan and trying to
right,
outdo Japan.
right, because
Like
they see Japan as above them. That's why.
yeah, that's why they see them as like a benchmark. Like even the most ardent like pro-Korean like I was telling one time about how like this like they were like this Korean guy is like oh it's so proud of like Samsung, right? And he's like, oh, does Japan have anything like Samsung? And I'm like, yeah, well, I mean there's Sony. There was like the Japanese multinationals, and like I don't know, that's the whole thing. It's like Korea versus like a Korean industry versus Japanese industry. I mean, it's a good benchmark because I mean Japan is really up there, but that's kind of like I feel how the relationship is a little bit like uh in that sense, as and
Yeah,
also of
no, it's
course
true.
yeah, it's like the older brother that beats you up every now and
Yeah,
then
instead of beating you up, he also
and
rapes you
steals your
and like
girlfriend.
steals your stuff. Yes, it's a
takes your
little bit worse
takes
than takes your shit. Yes,
and tried
like
to invade.
set your country back many
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
But no, I think China and Korea have definitely kind of want to try to emulate Japan in a way because Japan was definitely the first Asian country to modernize.
Mm.
So a lot of Asian, like Chinese and Koreans, have a very favorable and kind of not big brother for China for sure because China is no longer under Japan, but especially for Korea, it's just like a an older brother mentality. I'm sure.
No, for sure they like to use
Yeah,
Japan as like they like to copy like a lot of the modernization from
yeah,
Japan, but they don't like to give credit to Japan,
right.
if that makes any
Yeah,
sense. Like they
it's like a
yeah, because
rivalry thing
Japan is the
too,
enemy. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Like they'll say yeah, there's like a couple examples of like where like they kind of copy the Japanese model of like
Right,
development,
right.
but then they won't say it's from Japan or that they because that's they'll just like rebrand it as like a Chinese or a Korean development. Like, oh no, this is our own. This is a you know
Yeah,
we
it's like
made this.
nationalism.
So
It's
something
like
like that.
nationalism. Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like it's like the whole thing with like how like Koreans claim that Confucius was Korean.
Oh gosh, I don't want to get into that, dude.
It's like
Oh
that.
my
It's
gosh.
kind of like it's like that whole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how it is.
All right. Anyways, speaking of
Mhm.
Koreans, the next article: Chinese netizens slam Korean celebrities for saying Lunar New Year instead of Chinese New Year.
Do you
Like
really want to get into
honestly,
this?
I mean, in Chinese, like New Year is just New Year. Like Chunje, it means like spring festival, which basically means New Year. I don't understand why it's a thing. Like it doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like in
Well,
China, they don't call it Chinese New Year.
oh, well,
You,
what do
you
they
know what I
call
mean?
it? Like Lunar New
Spring,
Year?
spring, spring festival, like Lunar New Year. Like
Spring
there's no
Festival.
Chinese in that. It's
Mm,
like, yeah, Lunar New Year. Yeah, I think that's a thing too. It's not. It just doesn't make sense.
okay. I mean, you could
Because
just
it
call it
is.
that Spring
I
Festival.
mean, it's celebrated by a lot of Asians, like Chinese, Koreans, and Vietnamese. So it's just I don't know. It's kind of weird. But maybe I don't know. In like in the States and maybe other countries abroad, I think people are just used to calling it Chinese New Year. Um, you know what I mean? Like in the US, people are used to it. So I don't know. I don't think it's
Yeah.
such a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
All right.
All right. Same
Poor
post.
guy.
Singapore
No.
female student rates European countries based on how safe she felt. Okay, it doesn't matter.
That one was pretty funny. That one was pretty
Wait,
funny.
wait,
She's like,
which one?
that
This
one
one?
was pretty funny. Yeah, yeah. She rates like Paris as like the most unsafe, like consistently.
What? Why is that?
Uh I don't know. You'll have to read it, but yeah, see, Paris. There we go.
Pickpockets, harm people. I wonder if it has to do with the demographic change there. If you want to touch on that,
Demographic change.
like there's been a lot more Africans, like North Africans and like Arabs in Paris recently. Actually,
Mhm.
there's been a lot of attacks on Chinese citizens in Paris, to where like
I've
Chinese actually rioted and like fought the police on that.
mm, I've heard of that, and I've also heard that the Chinese China actually sends like special liaison officers like to help handle like all the Chinese tourists that go there, like to kind of like help them like for safety. It's kind of like the and also to help them with like language barrier and to help them like prevent like issues or just to be there like as a like to help them feel like safer because there's like a lot of tourists and I guess like the local like police officers are not fluent in Chinese or they're not really like prepared to handle the Chinese and it's also like out of their budget, you know what I mean, or not budget but like
Yeah,
it costs money to like to have to train them and stuff and whatever, so like I guess like the Chinese like government um like it had that, so I don't know, I guess maybe it's like prevention, I guess like so it's like less issues for like the embassy or the consulate or something to have to deal with, like you know what I mean, like it's like
right.
they're just being more proactive and yeah, something like that, it's like a special program or something.
Anyways, yeah, no, it's a big problem because like Chinese people rarely riot, especially like to this degree. But you have like Chinese people throwing stuff and like protesting. I'm sure it's really bad there. Like I've read posts of Chinese just getting like beat on the streets randomly by Africans and Arabs, and it's just like just because they're Chinese and people and Chinese have gotten killed. It's like it's really messed up. I
hmm,
don't think I've seen it that recently, but in the past few years for sure. So I can
yeah,
definitely see why she feels
how come
unsafe
how
there
come nobody talks about it though, like everybody talks about George Floyd,
because
but like say his name, Gary, say his name,
oh my
say
gosh,
say his name.
hands up, don't shoot.
Hands up, don't shoot. I can't breathe. I can't
I
breathe.
can't believe it. It's just like the same
Yeah.
slogans. It's because the media wants to focus on
No justice,
blacks
no peace.
and they don't care about Chinese at all. In fact, they want to screw China over. Anyways, so
Oh,
Paris sucks. We know the reason why.
yeah. All right.
Anyways,
Dude, you
other
have like so
stuff.
many tabs open. You should probably close like a ton of them.
Okay, whatever.
It's bugging me.
Okay, your OCD behavior. I get it.
Mm.
All right, next.
All right.
Okay, no one cares about that. Have you seen
The
this?
one I
Actually, I
can't
haven't
see.
seen this.
No, go through it. No. Don't show it because it's kind of it's a
Oh,
little bit lewd, and I don't want like to get a
okay.
strike from from Facebook or whatever. My
Yeah.
fellow Asians, prepare for the worst tonight. Tyre Nichols. Oh, you know what? This is
Oh,
what I
yeah.
found so interesting.
I
I
actually
found
don't
this
know what
so
happened.
interesting.
Tell me about what happened.
Okay, so basically, this guy got beat up, and he died at the hospital or on the way or whatever. He got beat up by a bunch of cops, like five cops. But here's the
Yeah.
crazy part. Here's the crazy. Pause it real quick. Here's the crazy part. Go into the comments section,
Next.
like in the on the post. Here's the crazy part. Like open up the comments, few more comments. Yeah, all the cops were black.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
Like this isn't a black white officers like Rodney King whatever. No.
Right.
This is like like this is like a bunch of black cops beating up and killing like like
A,
another
a
black. He's
good
like
kid.
black. This is I was a good kid. Oh, see, there you go. He was a good. Yeah, see, he didn't do anything.
He was a
He
good
was
boy.
just minding his own business. Yeah, he was just a good boy minding on his own business. Like he was gonna go to college and become an engineer and a doctor. And these racist police like
Jeez.
you know brute it's police brutality. And
Oh my gosh.
yeah, check out the video because it's so funny like watching Don Lemon's reaction to this. Like he's like,
Oh really?
oh dude,
Next piece of
it's like he
video
doesn't care.
is at the second scene. It was taken from that surveillance
Like
camera that
he's
was
not
mounted
outraged.
overhead,
He's
and
not
it
mad.
does show the worst of the Tyree Nichols being struck with a baton, kicked in the head, and repeatedly sucker punched in the head and face. Now, this video is silent. We want you all to watch this. There's really nothing more to be said about it. Here it is.
Yeah, so there's no audio on this. You can speed it up. Like there's no audio on this, and I'll just like comment. But yeah, like I don't I feel like Don Lemon isn't really like he's not gonna make a big deal out of this. We're not
It's
this
not
this
in the narrative.
no,
I mean,
no,
it's not part of the whites against blacks, like attacking blacks.
it's not
Oh
something they can
shit!
exploit for a race war.
Oh
Yeah,
dang! He
it's
just like
terrible.
kicked them. Oh
Yeah,
man,
dude.
brutal.
Yeah, fucking head stomped, like curb stomped the guy. Like
Oh
it's just
shit!
it's ridiculous. It's crazy.
But like,
But
okay,
yeah,
this goes to like the violence level of certain demographics, right? And like, have you seen cops in Africa and like how they treat criminals?
no, I have not seen those videos. I'm not really
It's pretty
familiar with
brutal.
it.
You can't search for it anymore on YouTube, but it's brutal. Like they just go around randomly like attacking people,
I,
and they're
I'd
super corrupt.
I'd like to report on this as like as a CNN, like as a biased CNN reporter. I'd be like, these racist white police are beating up are beating up an innocent black man on the streets. Look at these
Oh my
racist
gosh, brutal.
white supremacist police. Like before they find out the race, right? I'm sure they were like, this was like the
Yeah,
report. Like, oh man, these racist white cops. Look at these white
yeah.
supremacist cops like beating up an innocent, just killing all the black boys, all the innocent black boys. They just want to genocide the blacks, and
It's
like
kind
the
of brutal.
racism in this country.
This is way worse than like what
This is like
happened to George Floyd. Like way worse, and there's no report on this at all.
no, but look at
Extremely minimal.
okay. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like I haven't heard nothing. Like the media is
Right,
like completely
dude. This
silent
is
on this. And
horrible.
like like Derek Chauvin is like
Yeah,
he went to jail. These guys are gonna walk off. They're
right.
not going nowhere. Like these
Yeah,
guys are
they got
gonna be
fired.
free.
They got fired. That's it.
They're
They got
not
fired. That's it.
fired. They were fired. I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
no,
They were
surprising.
probably put on like administrative hold or something
That's true.
like
I'm surprised they weren't promoted.
yeah. Yeah, look at these like these white supremacist cops. Do you see those guys? You see those?
Jeez.
Yeah, look at that. The
And
white
then they
supremacy.
scattered when the white cops pulled up. They're like, "Oh no!"
No, but
Again, you
okay,
watch
so
that clip right there, about 4 minutes long, and we counted at least 9 punches or kicks with fists and also the baton.
let's
And
see
as you're
Don Lemon's
watching it,
face.
you don't see Tyree Nichols fighting back. You don't see him doing almost anything. And you are left with the question,
Oh,
John,
he died, right?
what on earth is going on here?
Yeah.
Why? Why is it necessary to use that kind of force?
Because white supremacy. I mean, I don't know. Dang, that's kind of
Yeah,
brutal.
I'm sure he'll call the cops like racist white cops or something, racist white supremacist cops. Look at those racist white supremacists, Gary. Look, pull that picture up. Look at the face of white supremacy in
Oh my
America
gosh.
today.
I mean,
These are
that's why
like,
Sunstar
yeah,
like posted,
may, may,
prepare for the worst because of the riots and stuff.
I bet like I'm pretty sure there are like people out there on the internet right now who are like saying, oh no, actually what this is that those were actually white cops that were using blackface.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah, it's like Robert Downey Jr.,
Oh my gosh,
like in
come on,
Tropic
man.
Thunder, like those
Oh my gosh.
cops, they're actually white. They just put on like some black paint, some like
Yeah.
some yeah, and made themselves look like black police officers to you know to fool like the general public.
All right, let's talk about what
Racism.
Asians should be doing to protect
It's
ourselves, right? So,
internalized white supremacy.
yeah, like I think
Yeah,
every Asian should own a gun in America because of like the attacks that have been occurring against us. I think yes, there were two recent attack, like to call like gun violence cases by Asians, but I think overall it's still a very low risk of that occurring. And I think to protect ourselves, we should definitely be armed. There's way
Mm.
more of non-Asians than Asians, and the ones and we're at risk of being attacked a lot now. So I feel like we should be armed for sure. What do you think?
Maybe, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, I don't know. I'm in Subtle Asian Pew, which is like an Asian pro 2A, like a gun group. So
right, right.
I certainly support Second Amendment rights for everyone, regardless of
Yeah,
race. So
all right, all right.
yeah.
Anyways, okay, this is
Anyway,
just a
okay, yeah,
lewd post.
that's yeah. We don't want to get flagged by YouTube. It's gotta be
What's this?
safe
Why
for
did
work
a
here.
why did activists and media move on so quickly from the two mass shootings where 18 Asian people were murdered? DFA didn't organize a direct action, peaceful or otherwise, anywhere. Because
Oh, what's the reply?
the shooters were
Because
Asian. Because
Asians are
Asians are
white.
white adjacent. Yeah,
See,
we,
Gary.
we we talked we talked about this last time. Asians being white adjacent,
Well, I think that answers your previous question.
which is
Like, should we call Asians yellow?
oh
And it's like that's
no,
actually
we're actually
inaccurate.
white.
We are just white adjacent.
Right, right. We're off white.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. That's what we need to be. Oh, look at all this culture. Fascinating
Gosh.
behavior.
Okay, next.
The laughter is real.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Don't want to watch
Okay,
that
it's
really.
going on. Just don't
Oh,
pick
here we
that
go.
stuff.
Bill Hader and Ali Wong dated for at least 2 months this year.
I do not care who
What do you
Ali Wong
think, man?
dates. Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
care.
a lot of Asian guys
I
liked
don't
her
care.
because she was married to an Asian guy and had really funny stand up that a lot of people, like non-Asians included, loved. And now she dated a white guy immediately after divorcing her husband.
Oh, easy.
You don't care
Okay,
at all.
well, next.
Really? Well, Jeff, a lot of our posters are not cool with that.
I mean,
And
yeah, I mean, she was always a race. Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. I didn't
it's
really think
kind of
she was
annoying to
that
see.
hot.
Like right after she divorces her Asian husband, she gets with a white. I
I
don't know.
think
It
her
just
husband deserves better. There,
yeah.
I said it. I think maybe it's
I
better for
mean,
her husband. That's okay. I don't care. Like,
yeah,
her
yeah,
husband is like what went to Harvard Business School. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure she made a lot of money from like her comedy shows and whatever and stuff. But like,
Right.
I think that the shame of being a punching bag for her comedy is not worth that, and I think it's better that
Yeah.
he move on and find someone else who actually respects and values him more than
No, for sure.
Ali
I
Wong
think
did.
I think he's definitely fine because she doesn't love him and she's not going to
I
respect
mean,
him. Yeah,
yeah,
she
because
uses him
like
as punching bag for sure
yeah, because she just called.
in her
Yeah, I mean, I
comedies.
don't know if you ever watched her show, but she was
I
like,
did. I
where
watched
she
all of it.
referred to
Yeah.
him as like a dolphin or something, a hairless dolphin or whatever.
I think a lot of Asian guys just feel betrayed. That's why we're like, there's so many Asian guys are upset. Is because like we kind of thought, oh yeah, she's the one. She's like one of the few Asian chicks who would get with an Asian guy who's a celebrity, right? And now she just divorced him and like threw it in our faces by getting with a white guy immediately. It's just
You
super.
feel betrayed because you believed. That's the
You
secret,
believe, yeah.
Gary. I never believe.
Don't believe. Don't ever
Yeah,
believe.
don't can't trust these. What's the title of our last podcast?
These hoes ain't loyal.
Can't trust these hoes.
It's a song, right, or something? It's like a rap song.
Something like that.
Oh man,
What
brutal.
in Guilo's name is going on with this BS?
The heck?
I didn't read this. I haven't seen this one.
Oh, I have no idea.
Mr. Ye.
Okay, let's move on. I don't know what
Kanye.
this is.
You know what?
Ping pong. Oh yeah, this is a sport that we said should be more popularized, right? Ping pong,
You know,
badminton, and chess, and yeah, esports.
I was watching this. I was watching like this thing, and I got to thinking, right? Like ping pong is a very physical sport. I mean,
For
it may not
sure.
seem so, but like it's definitely more physical than esports, right? Don't you think?
Right. Yeah, you supposed to
because
clicking the mouse. I mean, come on.
I mean, you're on your key, you're on your ass, and you're on your keyboard. Like you know, it's not exactly like what are you gonna get, like carpal tunnel syndrome? You know, like you know what I'm
You're
saying? Like
injured.
that's
Yeah,
not exactly a physically demanding sport, right?
right,
No, I mean, of course, there's like this is like a spectrum. Like ping pong is not the most demanding sport. Like I mean, it's kind of like it's certainly not as demanding as say tennis, right?
right.
Right. However, like if you look at those people, if you look at like that video, right, of like how, you know, like at the top levels or like high level ping pong where like they're jumping
Yeah,
around and they're like I mean that looks extremely like exhausting, extremely physical, you know.
yeah.
And yeah, like
This is super impressive stuff. And
yeah,
like
it is, it really is, it really
Asians
is.
dominate ping pong, and for some reason we're not like, I don't know, this sport isn't
You think that's
popular at
what it
all.
is? Maybe that's why it doesn't like
I
it
think
was
so.
when it was like a Western sport, when it was like dominated by like you know, by non-Asians, like people were like way more interested in it. But then now that
Yeah,
like the Asians are like doing super well, like now it's like no, we don't want to play anymore. We don't like this game no more.
for sure.
We're
I think
gonna
that's
play basketball and football,
like, imagine if the
you know?
demographics for ping pong were the same as the NBA. I think there'd be a lot of interest in ping
Oh, for
pong. Or
sure.
if
You
like,
think so?
yeah, I think so.
Do you
And
think
yeah,
that if Chinese took over, let's say maybe volleyball.
music at all. It seemed like an old fashioned kind of outdated music. When in the past, when whites dominated, like it was super popular. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. There was that one like
But,
Lindsay Sterling or something. She's like,
oh, like look at this. This is
uh,
freaking impressive.
yeah. I mean, of course, yeah. It's a very physical game, like for sure. Like at the higher
Like this
levels,
is
of course, it can be. You
crazy.
can have a
Yeah.
lazy game. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Like you can certainly have a lazy game of ping pong, and it's not like, you know, but certainly like there's a lot of jumping and there's the concentration and will. But
Right.
I mean, every sport has like you have to have concentration, you know. That she's like
Oh,
that pop violinist.
oh, interesting. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. I think I've seen a
Yeah,
couple of
yeah,
her
yeah, yeah,
videos.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen this, like where she dances and plays.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, interesting. Very interesting.
I have a friend who's kind of like that. He's like a kind of like a half Asian guy who's like a kind of like a pop violinist, and he's nowhere
Yeah.
near half as famous as Lindsay Sterling.
I mean, it
Apparently, a
helps
cute white
being,
girl,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, looks
who
matter a
dances
lot,
around with a violin. Yeah, yeah.
and wears very
Is
little. I'm sure it matters a lot. Yes.
yeah. I'm sure it has nothing to do with it, right? This is
It's
about
just
the
her talent.
violin. Yeah, it's her talent. I'm sure that's all people are interested in. Oh, geez. This politician is a
Have you heard
caricature.
of this guy, Chesa
No
Boudin?
idea. Who?
He's a DA in San Francisco, and he basically didn't give a crap about the anti-Asian attacks. Um, and he got, I think, kicked out because of that. Like a lot of Chinese people and SF hated him and just voted him out. And he's actually his father or his parents are part of the Weather Underground. It's like a terrorist organization.
What?
Like they're like, yeah, his parents are part of like a terrorist organization, and they're Jewish also, by the way.
Known
Um,
as the what?
the Weather Underground.
When show us, yeah, Weather Underground, Chesapeake. Weather Underground. Oh, there we go. Learn from Weather Underground. Okay,
So
it's
this
convicted
is
felony.
his mom, American
He's
radical
an
leftist
American.
who served 23 years for felony murder, and killed. I guess I think she killed some people and bombed like some government buildings in the 70s or something. Yeah. Anyway, this guy is like, you know, he was raised by her and her husband who were part of this organization, the Weather Underground. Um,
Check the
and
early
somehow he became
life. Hold on.
what
Check the
here?
early life.
Yeah, born in Manhattan into a Jewish family with storied left-wing
Oh,
history. Yeah, kind of
okay.
interesting.
Very interesting. Noticing some things here, some patterns. Very interesting. What did they do? She murdered and serious injury. Okay. Wow. to U.S. foreign policy. Oh,
But she was released on parole, I think, by Clinton. No, by Obama. I think,
oh,
right?
oh,
Obama or
wow.
Clinton, I don't know. And earned a doctorate to
2000,
become an adjunct professor at Columbia. So she's actually a professor at Columbia now, I think. Oh no,
2003.
she died. She died. Right.
2000, okay. Well, anyway,
2003. Anyways, yeah,
so,
interesting.
okay. All right.
So, anyways, yeah, and it
That's
matters to
interesting.
us because he basically screwed Asians over, like Chinese over, by not prosecuting anyone who attacked Chinese in San Francisco. So he was recalled successfully.
That's terrible. How does that?
Yeah,
Like the DA
yeah,
is just refusing to.
yep. He like released all those criminals. Yeah, it got so
Wow.
big that even like the Fung brothers, you know, talked about it.
Who?
The
We talked
the
about
Fung
it?
Bros,
The
the
Fung
Fung
Bros.
Bros.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah,
I
they actually
mean,
talked about it.
yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, only 16,000 views though. Kind of sucks. Anyways,
Okay. All
um,
right. Close your tabs, Gary. Close
oh my
those
gosh, who
tabs.
cares? Jeez, dude.
No, it takes up like
Okay,
resources. It
okay,
makes
okay.
your computer slower. Like it really does. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on,
Um,
hold on.
biological male just won Miss Nevada and will compete for Miss
Oh,
USA.
compete for Miss USA. Dang.
Yeah.
Would you hit that though? Would you hit
No,
that?
if no,
Really?
never.
Really?
Would
I
you?
don't know. Mm, mm,
Maybe, right?
I don't know. Maybe a few drinks. Maybe after a few drinks.
Oh
Right?
my gosh, dude. Come on.
Just depends. I don't know. Dang.
Okay.
But if she
That's
starts
just straight.
talking with a deep voice like "Hola Raul," or
Then
something
definitely
like
no.
that, and then, yeah, and pulls out her pee.
We even talk about the last post. I'm just going through here. Nothing else is super cool except this
Blah
one
blah
is pretty
blah
interesting.
blah blah.
This kid, the 20-year-old, the 25-year-old is the next is like the youngest self-made billionaire. It's pretty impressive. I think he runs like he does AI stuff. Went to MIT. He dropped out and he like killed it. So he has $1 billion net
Did
worth
you
and he owns
know
like an
that
AI company.
not just this guy, but the guy who uh his name is like Nung, something Nung, and he's like the head of like the AI. I forget exactly what he is. But okay, Google Nung, like NG, artificial intelligence.
NG.
Yeah, just Nung, artificial intelligence. Andrew Nung. Yeah. Check it out. Check it out. No, right there,
Oh,
right there, right there. That's him.
oh, it's
Yeah,
Andrew Ng. Yeah, I think I've heard of this
yeah.
guy.
He's one of the
British.
leaders in like in AI. I see him like because like I'm kind of into AI and stuff, and I see this guy like in a lot of things.
Huh.
Like
Deep learning.
yeah.
So he's the one who's going to bring forth Skynet and kill humans essentially.
Yeah,
Kill all
yeah. In the
humans.
movie, he's gonna be the villain. He's gonna be like the sneaky Asian villain that works on like the scientific advancement that screws like humanity before the righteous white man comes in and saves the day, like Chris Pratt or something. And he's like he's like the Asian scientist that gets killed by his own invention, like in the beginning
And
of the
then
movie, like first 5 minutes
his
in, he's dead.
and then his white wife actually gets taken by Chris Pratt as well.
Oh wait,
Like he
Google her.
steals
Let's see
her.
what she looks like. I don't know. I've never.
Wait,
Oh
what? She's
no,
Asian?
she's not. She's.
She's actually pretty good looking.
Is this the same spouse, Andrew Nung? Okay.
Wait,
See the
what?
pictures. Let's see the pictures. What do you mean? What?
She's actually pretty good looking. She's a model. Wait,
No. Okay. Business executive, computer scientist, and model. What? The bar for
wow.
model is kind of low. Like even on Instagram, who's like half good looking is like quote unquote model. So
Parents
it's
are
just
from
like how I'm a
Taipei.
yeah.
Wait, why is her last name Riley? And I don't understand.
Maybe she was adopted, or maybe like I don't know.
No,
Like
no,
who
her parents
knows?
are from Taiwan.
And she grew up in a Mandarin speaking household. She has a
I'm
younger. Okay, well,
so
let's see.
confused. Wait, why is it Riley? I don't get it.
All right, let's go through her
MMR.
early life and her mother, a flight attendant.
Her parents are
What is,
from
is Riley not
Taipei.
a traditional Taiwanese last name, Gary?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's
Or,
specific
I
to
mean, Taiwan.
Taipei.
Yay.
Let's see.
Have you never heard of like the surname, the Chinese surname Riley? Is that not like a common
Wait,
surname for
why
Chinese
is it
people?
Riley? Why did she change her name? That's so
Hmm.
confusing.
Uh,
Anyway, dude, this guy is freaking impressive. His life is like pretty like look at him. We talk about looks match, man. This guy killed it.
oh, you think okay? Hold on. Go back to that pic with them together.
Dude,
Like
she's
that.
way more attractive than like
Okay, how would you
Simu's
rate them? Like,
girlfriend.
how would you rate them?
She's like a 10, bro. She's like a
What?
freaking 10. And dude, she's really good looking, honestly.
Nah,
Especially okay, the 10,
nah, she's
especially in
average.
like the tech industry. No, she's way better
Hmm.
looking than Simu's girlfriend.
Okay,
Way more
for
attractive. I mean,
in the tech industry.
now she's yeah, tech industry. She's for sure a 10, like without a doubt.
Okay, fine. Here. Engineering student, yeah, definitely a 10 for sure. If you're in an engineering department, yeah, I could see that. Um, but as far as like the general Instagram like sorority girl kind of thing,
Bro,
she'd
I don't
probably be
know.
like around a 7
No,
ish.
I think
Like
she's like a 9 at least. I mean, I think she's very good looking,
nah,
and I
nah.
think
I think okay,
he
fine.
killed it for what.
Asian American 9, Asian
Yes.
American 9 or 8. I'd give her like an Asian American 8 or 9.
Oh my God, who
But
cares?
if she
She
was just like
regardless,
in
she's
Asia,
attractive. Okay.
no, come on, dude. Like seriously, if she was like just for China or Taiwan, she'd probably be like a 6 or 7, like a Chinese
She's for
6, Chinese
sure at
7.
least an 8 in anywhere. Okay,
Gary, she
who
looks
cares?
like
Okay,
every
who
other
cares?
girl in China. Like,
Okay,
come on.
okay.
Like,
Compared to him though,
okay, how would you rate him? How would you rate Andrew
well,
Ng?
including his intelligence and everything, he's like a 10 for
No, no,
sure.
no. I mean, like just his looks,
Looks wise, I
like
mean,
on
she's
looks
definitely
alone.
better looking than him for sure. Looks wise
No, but
only.
I mean, what would you give him? Like a 5 or a 6? Like,
I don't know. I don't rate guys, dude. I'm not gay.
I mean, it doesn't make you gay just judging, like
Okay, regardless, but
like
I'm not good at rating guys. What do you think?
I'd give him like he's obviously not like a model like looking like if you look at his bio it's obviously not going to say Andrew Nung was a model was an Instagram model,
Yeah,
he's definitely not male model material.
right. He's not bad. I mean, he's definitely not unattractive, I don't think.
I mean, would you at least say he's like a 7?
I don't know, dude.
Now
But
actually,
regardless,
if he was like in Asia, he'd probably be like a 7 or 8,
right.
but in America he'd be like 5 below,
He'd be like a 2
like under a 5, like maybe a
because
3
he's
or a
Asian.
2. No, I
You have
like
to
I shit you not. Like
you have to be
if you
Simu to like get an Asian girl.
no, like if you factor in like the whole like the sexual dynamics in America,
Yeah, that's true.
like and
That's true.
what they prefer here, like
Yeah,
like an Asian nerd like him is like a 3. Like if you put this guy, if this guy goes on Tinder right now, like he's not
for
gonna get
sure.
any replies,
That's absolutely true. Yeah, no,
right?
I agree with that. Yeah.
And you put like Jeremy Lin on Tinder, like he'd probably get a few. He'd probably be like an 8 or 9. He'd probably do pretty well, on Tinder.
But Jeremy Lin also like is 6 something, like 6'3", and like a freaking NBA. You have to be Jeremy Lin or Simu Liu to find a wife.
Yeah, okay, fine, but who has like a higher IQ? Not that they care, but I mean, you know what I
Well, I
mean?
mean,
Like,
yeah, I mean, obviously Andrew, but Jeremy went to Harvard too. He's not dumb.
oh, that's true, But I mean, yeah, but I mean, come on, like from an Asian. Well, okay. Well, what do you think? Like I feel like Asian parents, like if she was like if Jeremy Lin has like Chinese like mother or father-in-law, they would not
Right.
care about his basketball career. They will not care that he played in the NBA. They will only see Harvard and like accept him as their son
No, they care about the success and the money for
at
sure,
the
and
NBA.
like this the
Yeah,
status
but don't care.
matters. Yeah,
You think so? You think they care about him
the
about
status.
like I feel like no, Gary, I feel like being an NBA player is actually a negative
Why?
for Asian parents. Okay, think about
Why
it.
is that?
Like if you have a daughter and like Jeremy Lin is like you're like the father-in-law to Jeremy Lin, right? And use your Chinese brain here. Use your like Asian brain. Like, would you how would you care about his going to Harvard and like or playing basketball? You know?
It depends. Like he was extremely successful. He's super famous. I mean, there's exceptions to that, right? Yes, Asian parents care about the education and the doctor lawyer thing, but like if you're at his level of success and financial success, like it's fine.
Okay,
So
but I feel like
it seems like she's Chinese, by the way. His wife is Chinese, I think, or Asian of some sort.
no, for sure. But I feel like an Asian parent would rather have that success come from like business or like some kind of other like profession, you know, like business or doctor or like some kind of other professional like
Right.
thing, as opposed to being like a sports star.
Again, it's to a degree. I think Jeremy Lin's
Like,
exception in that he's so successful. So I think it,
yeah,
but
like
I think
okay,
in
let me give you
general,
an example. Do you know
yeah,
Chang Cho? Oh no, I'm sorry. No, there's another guy. Who's that crazy guy from LA who's like he used to make art for
Bobby
Facebook?
Lee, Jimmy O Yang. Wait, what?
No. That guy, the DSA podcast.
Oh,
Remember?
Bobby Lee, right?
No,
Oh,
not Bobby Lee.
David
Cho.
Cho. Yeah,
David Cho.
yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw this interview with him, but he was saying how like you know how he has all this money and he has all this success as an artist and he made like millions and whatever, but his parents still don't give a shit. Like they don't care, and they're because like you know it's he's not an accountant, he's not a lawyer, he's not a doctor.
He also
So
doesn't have
like
a wife and kids. I mean, that's another
something
failure on his part.
I guess, but I mean yeah, but that's like the thing is like they don't recognize his success from that. Like they still they only see you know like they yeah sure he's got millions and he's like he got rich like from his art and all that, but they his parents don't give a shit.
Right.
Like
But this look just
you're not a
screams
doctor, you're not
homeless.
engineer or doctor, huh?
Like Asians don't like Asians think any guy with facial hair is like homeless and dirty essentially. So that doesn't help
Yeah,
his
but he's
case.
just an
But yeah, no,
artist.
I
But I
agree.
mean, I get it.
Right.
You know, I get that. Yeah, I get that whole thing. I don't know. Maybe it's because like his parents get show him off to their friends. You know, like their maybe his parents' friends will be like, "Oh, my son is doctor. My son is engineer." You
Right.
know, but like even though he makes probably has way more money than any of them, like just
No,
because they can't say he's
there's
an engineer or
exceptions.
doctor, like oh he's an artist, like what are they gonna tell her friends? You know, they're like oh my son is
No.
artist, my son make art. Like what? It's yeah, like I'm sure like Asian the older you know their friends are just be like what art? What's that? Like how you make money from that? You know? You have you know what I mean? Like they're not gonna
Yeah,
care.
no,
Like
I agree. In
they're probably
general, that's
surprised he's not even
true.
homeless. You know?
Yeah, in general, that's true because Asian parents know that there's a lot of risk to going down that path. Like we talked about this last time, like going into acting, like very few people can make a living off of it. So, like for example, if Simu weren't this successful, then we'd be singing a
Oh,
different tune about whether or not he made a mistake pursuing his acting career.
for sure. He got lucky.
Anyways, yeah,
Anyone
and
who gets a role like that, you know,
yeah,
can't take that for granted because you get lucky.
right, right, right. So I think that's pretty much it. Is there anything else you want to add, John?
Yeah, so I think we got off a tangent here. I'm just like
Yeah,
tracing our
it's
steps
fine. It's
back
fine.
from like David Cho to Jeremy Lin, back to Andrew Nung. Like I don't know how we got to this
It's fine.
topic.
It's fine. I think it's been over an hour now. But any last thoughts
SBF.
before we sign off?
Oh, I'm seeing here this crypto scam SBF stuff. There's you know, I saw a very interesting conspiracy theory that it's like something about Binance being owned by maybe you can Google this, but Binance CCP uh FTX, Binance CCP FTX, like
Oh,
uncovered by are
jeez.
protected by China. Like there's like a
Oh
lot
my
of like
gosh, dude. This is complete BS.
yeah, no. There's like these conspiracy theories that think that like um that FTX was sabotaged by was sabotaged by CCP or whatever, so that Binance, which is kind of
Okay.
like yeah, to another it's like they have a
You
you know,
mean
some
another
people do not care
example
that.
of a Jewish person kind of throwing a Chinese person under the bus? Like, come on, are you serious? Like, it's completely ridiculous.
I mean,
Like Sam
yeah, I mean,
Bankman.
I don't. I think they're trying. Yeah, so I personally think SBF is like completely corrupt. Like, I don't think that was like the fault of CZ or or you know, or Binance like alone, or I don't believe in that. But some people are like trying to play the China card and blame China
Gosh, dude.
for
If there's
SBF's
anything,
like
yeah,
failures. You know,
if there's anything
I
wrong,
think it's
blame China.
bullshit.
I'm so tired of this. It's so annoying.
Yeah, but it's just, and I don't
Anyways,
know. I think it's funny that that some people are trying to pin this on the CCP.
Chai
You know?
comms.
The CCP is
Yeah,
behind it, which
yeah,
I mean,
the
but
chai comms. It's so annoying.
yeah, but I mean, come on, dude. SBF and like and the his whole like gang is like, you know, that you can't attribute that to like what did China have to do with that? You know, like,
No,
oh, it's China's
nothing.
fault
It's just ridiculous.
that they revealed their corruption, you know, or that
Yeah, it's
they
ridiculous.
revealed their fraud scheme. Like that must be because China. Yeah, that's China's doing. Like, yeah, okay, buddy. Hmm.
Cool. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure doing this podcast, and hopefully, again, we can have another one soon. Anything else, Paul?
Uh, no, I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, it's great that we're able to uh, you know, record this podcast here at our studios in New York City.
Great. Yes, indeed, indeed. Well, on behalf of Chong and myself, Yay East, I would like to say have a good rest of the week, and please give us a like and subscribe. Signing off.
Peace out. All right, later.
All right.